بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال زين العابدين زين العابدين رحمه الله تعالى: وألزلوني في قبري على مهل، وقدموا واحد منهم يلاحدني، وكشف الثوب عن وجهي لينظرني، وأسكب الدمع من عينيه أغرقني. In these lines of poetry, he's speaking about them lowering him into his grave. So they lowered me in my grave slowly. وقدموا واحدا يلحدني. فاليوم نتكلم في اللحد. They sent one person down in the grave, in the qabr, to put him on the lahad. نعم وسنذكرها. وكشف الثوب عن وجهي لينظرني. And he opened up the coffin to look at me, and tears fell from his eyes on my face, فأغرقني, and it drowned me. والنظر إلى الميت هذا جائز، نعم، لكن يكون قبل هذا الحال. نعم. Looking at the mayyit and the family looking at the mayyit, the family looking at the one that deceased, this is permissible. ما فيها شيء. نعم. اللحد إخوتي في الله جاء في حديث صحيح عن ابن عباس قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: اللحد لنا والشق لغيرنا، وكلاهما جائز. الكلاهما جائز. هذا ليس مني، هذا مني، ليس من الحديث. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said, اللحد لنا. Lahad is the way that we bury our dead. والشق لغيرنا. Shaq is for other than us, even though shaq is permissible. Na'am. Al-lahad, barakallahu fiqh, is when somebody is put in their grave. The grave is dug down, na'am, to the masafa, to the distance that is dug. Na'am. At the bottom of the grave, on the wall is dug out. The whole area is dug out. Tulan. Na'am. On one of the walls, you have two walls that are long, two walls that are short. Na'am. The walls that go the length of the total body, on this whole wall is dug, at the bottom of the wall is dug inside. So the body is put on its right side. The body lays down on its side in this hufra, in this ghurfa. Na'am. And behind it, they put leban, they put bricks behind it. Na'am. So the body is laying on his side, the mayyit, the janazah is laying on his side, na'am, facing the qibla, inshallah, na'am, and he has his coffin on, na'am, and they put bricks behind it and mud behind it, and it makes it a total room for him, na'am. So when they pour the grave, they put the dirt back down over the grave, none of that falls on him. None of that, not a drop of dirt falls on him, na'am. If you haven't seen it, at the bottom of the grave, they dig a nice size hole. ولكن هو يشترط ماذا؟ أن التراب يكون قاسي. نعم. The dirt must be hard. نعم. The dirt must be hard. So if the dirt, when you get up to the bottom of the hole, وتبدأ تحفر أحيانا عندما تحفر الذي فوقه يسقط ما يتحمل. Sometimes when you're digging at the bottom of the grave, at the whole length of the grave, making a hole, sometimes the dirt on top of it caves in, because sometimes it's mixed with sand. But if it's mixed with sand, you have to do it on a shaq. A shaq is that the person lays down on his back. Right? He's going to lay down his back. A lahad is going to be on the side. It's going to be on his side facing the qibla. A shaq is going to be on his back, and when he's laying on his back, you're going to put on his grave bricks on his right side from the top to the bottom. Bricks on his left side from top to bottom, and then you're going to cover him totally on top with bricks. Cover him totally. So it's also like a room for him also. So when that dirt comes down on him, again, none of the dirt falls on him. Now, so this takes somebody with some type of experience that's going to go down with him in the hole and do this for him. Honor him. He's going to honor him. He's going to make sure it's built correctly. He's going to put him in there correctly. He's going to be on his side. And he's going to take one of the lebans. He's going to put one of the leban on him, on the side of him like that. and he's going to cover it with mud. He's going to put them all there. He's going to cover it with mud. He's going to put it all behind his whole back. Naam, and cover it all up with mud. في حديث آخر من حديث أبي سعيد الخدري أو سعد بن أبي وقاص قال في برده الذي هلك فيه. He said in his sickness that he passed away in, الحدوا لي لحدا, and he put me on my side in my grave, facing the wall, dig in the wall and turn me to the wall and put the bricks behind me. وانصبوا علي اللبن نصبا. اللبن meaning the bricks, put them behind me and keep me up facing on this wall, and put mud around it. نعم كما صنع برسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. And he do that to me like it was done to the Messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم. في حديث جابر, وهذا من باب فائدة, أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يجمع بين الرجلين من قتلى أحد في ثوب واحد, أي في قبر واحد. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, لكثرة الموتى, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because a lot of people passed away, he will put two people in one grave, Yom Uhud. Two people in one grave. ثم يقول أيهم أكثر أخذا للقرآن فإذا أشير له إلى أحدهما قدمه في اللحد والآخر شق. يا عبد الغني تتصور هذا؟ نعم. The Prophet used to gather two people in one grave. 70 people died. We don't have enough manpower to dig 70 graves. So now we put two in the grave, you have to dig 35 graves, half the number of graves. He will put two people in one grave. Then he will say, which of them memorized the most Quran? But it was indicated to him which one memorized Quran. He put him first in the lahad, meaning that wall that's dug on the side, he put him on the lahad, and the other one he put him on his back. Ya Mahmoud, you understand what I'm saying? Naam, هذا فائدة في القرآن. Naam. فاللحد, it means to be on the side. Lahada means to be on the side. Naam. And they're going to dig a wall for you at the bottom of the grave. You're going to be on your side, facing the area. They're going to put bricks behind you. But sometimes when you're digging that wall, if the dirt is going to cave in, then that person, you have to put him on his back. Naam. And you're going to put bricks on his right side, and bricks on his left side, bricks at his head, and bricks at his feet. And you're going to cover him totally. Naam. The other one that's on his side, you just have to put the bricks behind him. Naam. Behind him. في رواية آخر في هذا الحديث, جابر رضي الله عنه قال لما حضر أحد, when it was the battle of Uhud, دعاني أبي من الليل, my father called me at night, فقال ما أراني إلا مقتول في أول من يقتل من أصحاب النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. He said, I don't think except I'm the first one that's going to get killed tomorrow from the companions of the Messenger of Allah. Tomorrow they're going to fight. He called his son. He said, I think that I'm going to get killed first thing tomorrow. وإني لا أترك بعدي أعز علي منك غير نفس رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. He said, I don't leave anything more dear to me than you, other than the Messenger of Allah. He's more dear to me than you. But there's nothing more dear to me than you, other than the Messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم. فقال فإن علي دين فقدي. I have a debt. Pay my debt. He's talking to his son. I have a debt. Naam. They know that when a person dies, هذا يؤخره. The dain delays him from his reward. Naam. He said, I have a debt. Pay my debt. واستوصي بأخواتك خيرا. And Jabir just has sisters. He's the only boy. He has like 8 or 9 sisters. And that's the reason that he did what? تزوج ثيبا. He didn't marry a bikr. He didn't marry a virgin. He married a woman that's already married because he has a lot of sisters. He needs a woman that's experienced. نعم. قال فأصبحنا. He said the next day, we entered the next day. وكان أول قتيل. He was the first one that got killed. Just like he thought. وَدُفِنَ مَعَهُ آخَرْ فِي قَبْرٍ. He was buried with somebody else in the grave. ثم لم تطب نفسي أن أتركه مع آخر. After he was buried, I never was comfortable to leave him in the grave with somebody else. فاستخرجته بعد 6 أشهر. I took him out of his grave to put him in the grave by himself after 6 months. He wants to honor his father. He wants for his father to have his own personal grave. He said, I took him out of the grave after 6 months. فإذا هو كيوم وضعته غير أذنه هنية غير أذنه. He said, when I took him out after 6 months, he was just the same way that I put him in the earth. Nothing took away from his body or anything except a piece of his ear that was decayed or changed a little bit. Other than that, he was the same way. After 6 months, he took him out and he put him in his own grave. هذا الذي نستفيد من هذه الأبيات. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.